Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you guys hear me? How's it going? How's it going? Actually, I do need to do something real quick. Got a Evergrow AMA with a pretty decently big announcement on the Atlas wallet. Looks like it has a lot of features as far as fiat, off ramping, and on ramping, which off ramping would be really cool, especially if they make it like super easy to, you know, do it all through one wallet instead of having to go through a SEX. I'm not sure exactly how all that works, but it sounds pretty cool. And looks like it has a lot of other features as well. Hey, what's going on, William? What's going on, everybody? It's always good to see you guys. Loud and clear, awesome. Yeah, the Twitter Spaces audio is usually low, so I might have to turn up the audio when that starts in about a couple minutes. How's everybody doing? Got about a couple minutes. This AMA is about to start. If you guys want to join on the Twitter side, you might be able to like go up and ask questions if you have any questions. Otherwise, you can hang out here with me, and we'll just be chilling and hanging out and talking to you guys. And I will. I'm actually in the middle of like working very hard on a video for a different project right now, and I was like, oh, I need to stop. I need to stop everything I'm doing, make a thumbnail for this, get this stream going. So we got about 4 minutes. I guess I could actually share this on Twitter for. I'd be stupid to share it on Twitter because like people on Twitter are just going to join the space. So never mind. I'll just cover the people that are on YouTube, right? Cooler 675. Good to see you, man. These are the bear markets, man. You got a little less, a lot less people, a lot less money going around, a lot less interest. But as soon as we all make it back to that bull market, it'll be fun to go from a bull market to a bear market to a bull market and be like, oh, okay, we ride one wave of, of the markets to get a feel for how it feels because they last for so long. I think a lot of people just stop for the markets. But yeah, the Atlas wallet is super interesting. I've been looking at the website and trying to pay attention to it. I know everybody's trying to focus on what investments are going to do well. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Should I buy more? Should I sell and buy back in? Should I just wait? Everybody's trying to make that decision for themselves. I do that with other investments too. I mean, I might love an investment, but I might be like, well, I think it's going to keep going down for a while, so I'm going to sell, and then I'll look for a good entry point back in. So just always do what's best for yourself, what you think you need to do, and yeah. I think it's really good to get an idea of like what's your position. Go look at the wallets, see how many wallets are above you. How many people do you think you're going to sell at certain points? If you hit a 10x, how many people above you are hitting a 10x? That's putting them in the hundreds of thousands to millions. And when do you expect them to sell? And combine that with like what's an okay amount that you'd be happy with leaving in for the moon potential, and what's a certain amount that if you hit you would regret not taking some out. Figure out what that amount is. Figure out how much you'd want to take out. This is what I do, and it's all common sense, but I just feel like it's a very safe strategy where it's like I don't pick a number that's unreasonably high that you would regret, but you might just be like, hey, if it goes up to 50,000, even then that's not what I'm looking for, so I'm aiming a lot higher than that. So it just comes down to everybody's individual goals. Should be starting any minute, I believe. The Atlas collection. Commemorate the unveiling of the most powerful wallet in Web3, the Atlas wallet now live on Luna Sky. Rocket made a Atlas wallet. That's kind of cool. I like that. He was able to get the symbol on there as well. Hope you guys are doing well, though. I know I haven't talked to some of you guys in a while, unless you're over on my other videos or streams, you know. Sometimes I'll go back and like look at my old streams and stuff, and I'll be like, oh man, I kind of miss those guys that I used to talk to on a daily basis. It's fun to ride the excitement of your bag going up and everybody getting excited, and you know, even the Luna Sky. I'm still pretty excited for Luna Sky because like I really like using AI art. So just put out some collections out there. If people like them, you know, they can get them. If not, then that's fine as well. Wait for them to go live. And yeah, for my take on Evergrow, because I haven't really talked about it in a minute, other than Lucro, because Lucro was pumping a little bit not too long ago, is that the price is getting so low that it's a great entry point in my opinion. You know, I think if you have like 1,000, around 1,000 right now, that it's I could be wrong with the numbers. I'm pretty sure we have 7 zeros. So yeah, if we got back to all-time high, it'd be about 100x. So even 1,000 at today's price, you know, around 1,000, not including the taxes and tax in and tax out, would be about you know, 100,000. So just some numbers to think about. But like, what if we lose another zero? You know, I know people would be really upset if that happened. Just glad this project is still alive. Oh yeah, they have funding for a while, and as you know, Sam's not like a small deal. Sam is he's in the biggest Twitter spaces, co-hosting, talking about the latest, biggest news. He's got connections. He's wealthy. He's not someone who got wealthy off of Evergrow. He's somebody who's put tons of money into Evergrow, and it's probably down. So he's actually, you know, I think I could be wrong, but I think he's invested a lot into Evergrow because he really believes in it. And even with all that, he's still very wealthy and doesn't need Evergrow. He's not like some guy who got rich and then says, screw everybody else. Like Sam wants Evergrow to be successful. So it's got a lot of the right components to it as far as, you know, a project that you're investing in. It just comes down to, can they succeed or not? And that's going to come down to the utilities and the marketing and whether or not hype happens again. So I think there's a lot of safe bets within Evergrow, especially if the price goes down a lot, which it already is, you know, down quite a bit from the all-time high. It's already, in my perspective, a good buy. I was seeing if it was going to go a little lower, and then it went up. So we'll see. Maybe I missed my chance and I'll have to buy in at a not the price I wanted to get in at. Okay, we need to make sure that the audio is good. That's probably good. That's going to get me a copyright. Not that it really matters. Sure, I'll let you guys, I'll take the copyright. Oh well. Get a little music to chill to. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. How's the audio for that? Does that sound about good for you guys? Is that loud enough? Let me know if the audio needs to go up or down. It looks good on my end. I can always turn it up a little bit more. Awesome. Thanks, William. I appreciate that. Also, if you guys ever want to tell me about a project, something that you think is really, you get that gut feeling that this has a lot of the components to it, reach out to me, let me know. If you guys know a project that needs work, you can reach out to me and I can hook them up with a team, development team. Or if you have your own project that you want to do, I can also set up an interview with a development team that can basically do everything that you need if you're actually serious about it. And so just always keep that in mind. You can reach out to me on Twitter. It's at CryptoControl3. I guess somebody else has at CryptoControl. Actually, I checked. It's some guy with an account from a long time ago, and he's not even active. I'm like, oh man, this guy. Now I have to put at CryptoControl3. Smash the like button. Thank you so much, Hunter. I appreciate that, man. Man, check out BNB Tiger. Okay. Yeah, if you can hit me up in my Discord or on Twitter, it'd be easier. I don't have a great memory. You like Grove? Okay, yeah. I'm not, looking at that one, I'm not really studying it, so it's not a fair view. But when I look at that one, I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't get a good feeling from that one, but I'm not really paying attention to it. I just see a lot of the FUD around it from people that I generally kind of trust, but I could be wrong. I'm not trying to FUD your bag right now. The old Evergrow days where we'd be having like 400 or 500 people in the chat. People are a little more interested in things when the price is skyrocketing for some reason. I don't know why. But that's okay. We still got a remnant, the Evergrow remnant. Or it could be that there's more people on Twitter than on the YouTube side. Does anybody remember, but I think it was the very first video that you did with Evergrow that they said they were going to be the next OnlyFans. I don't remember if they wanted to be compared to that, but I think it was something along the lines of that. And then we said, hey, maybe we don't want to be associated with that. And then they were like, yeah, you're right. I do remember something about that. You might remember better than me, actually, Gender. About to cook a steak because I'm on like a 18-hour fasting window and only get 6 hours to eat, and I need to shove a steak down my throat real fast. All right. I'll be here. If you guys think the audio needs to come up whenever they start talking, just let me know, and I can turn it up or down. Do me a favor, guys, hit the like button. It doesn't really do anything for me. All that will potentially do is get other people that are part of the Evergrow Army, Evergrow family, Evergrow militia, whatever you want to call them, in here. So hit that like. Let's get some more people in here. That'll make it a little more fun.
Okay, how you doing, everybody? Sam, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Cody?
Hello, gentlemen, and hello, community. How is everyone doing?
Hanging out. Let me
Very good, man.
I'm gonna
I
Fantastic.
believe we had a smooth launch. Have we ever done that before?
I believe it has been fairly smooth. I am crossing all the fingers still, knocking on all the wood. Everything is good so far. Let's do some shout outs while we're here. Look at all these people. Fantastic. Wow. I'm just scrolling down and it just keeps going. Hey, everybody, Crypto Control, Evergrow Frank, Joel M, Hyperbeam, Rockets, Mr. Captain Evergrowing, Christopher. Hey, Christopher. CWP, EGC James, So many of you in here. Fantastic. Thanks for joining, everybody. There's Habibi, the pug. Everybody take a look. There he is. Trail South. I love seeing all these profile pictures now with the Atlas wallet. That's pretty cool.
Hey, just let I'm inviting some speakers up. So if you get an invite, please accept it. If you can't, understand.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Gracious, good to see you, my friend. Been a minute. Glenn Harding, always good seeing you, sir. Mr. James Naylor, love anytime you comment or tweet. Great seeing you. Paul, Sam, how are you guys doing?
Very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you so much. Paul, how are you?
I'm confused. Like, I went on. This is the first spaces we've had, and I guess Elon did some playing around. That music was new, and like it's just being a little fidgety right now. So you notice I'm speaking from the Evergrow account, and I have my own account going, but that's not working. So I'm just going to talk from this one. Don't want to mess anything up, but it's a little bit different. So a little confused.
Yeah, I think Spaces is something that Elon's doing a lot of work on behind the scenes, and not talking about it so much because it was so glitchy. And it's yeah, once he nails Spaces, I think that'll be a big achievement because there's been a lot of problems. But yeah,
So
it'll get better and better.
yes, so I'm just gonna mute myself here. We'll wait for questions afterwards. I don't know if Sam or Cody wants to go first. We're gonna give you a Luna Sky update from Cody, and then Sam will talk about the website release of Atlas wallet today, and
Yeah,
then we'll take
I think
questions.
we'll start. I think we'll do is. I mean, I think that we'll do the AMA pretty quickly today because I think we'll probably end up answering all the questions that I could do in an introduction via the AMA. And you know how we like to open it up properly, a true AMA. And I'm sure you guys got so many questions about the reveal. It's been a fantastic day today. The feedback has just been 100% positive, which is great. So much work went into this. You know, we learned our lesson last year. And we knew that it was really important to have a smooth launch today. As always, you know, we're up till 4 in the morning panicking. We installed an extra layer of security on the website today because every single time we've launched anything, it's been attacked. And there were 5 attempts to attack the website within about 6 minutes of us revealing the URL. So it's just so funny to see that still going on. But it was flawless today. We've not had a single technical issue. Despite the website, you know, being bombarded with tens of thousands of visitors over a very short period of time, and we thought, you know, even in good circumstances, it might be a bit laggy, a bit slow to load, but it's been very positive. And obviously, when it goes live on App Store, Google Play, etc., we expect the same. You know, we are setting a higher standard now. We appreciate that the community have been really patient. But you know, it's our job now to deliver everything at the highest standard possible. So we're really, really pleased today with, you know, how the launch has gone. It might seem like a simple thing to launch a website, but I think you guys can tell that there's an awful lot of work that's gone into it. It's obviously, you know, behind every page there's an awful lot of development and content, and also, you know, we did the crypto guides and the buy crypto pages. It may not seem immediately obvious for people why we do things like this, but that is part of a wider marketing strategy, which we'll be able to touch on certain points of. So I think probably we'll start with Cody just to give you guys an update on Lunar Sky, because again, we appreciate that's one area where, you know, we've frustrated you guys a lot, and we're working super hard to get that NFT platform out to you as soon as possible. So pass over to Cody. You can give us a little update on that, and then I'll cover off some stuff about the wallet, and then we can just go into a general AMA, and you guys are going to have as much time as you need today to ask us as many questions as you want.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Always a pleasure to be here. How about that Atlas wallet announcement? I'll start with that. So super exciting. It's been really tough to keep that name a secret for so long. So cheers to anyone who guessed it. Really, really fun day today. So I want to touch base briefly on Luna Sky V2 while we're here. The build is coming along really well. Visually and functionally, it's going to be such a breath of fresh air, and that's really the intended goal. So, you know, we're getting closer and closer to that finish line. Thank you all for your continued patience and support. I'll start by reiterating a few points I've spoken about just to ensure everyone's up to speed. So Luna Sky V2 is a separate build with a different development team. V1 is simply being maintained as is until V2 is live. V2 has an entirely new design and branding, some of which you've seen from our leaks. The primary goal, of course, is to focus on improved functionality and the user experience. The user interface and user experience has been entirely reworked, by the way. I know that you've all heard me say this a few times. Again, I want to reiterate this because there could be new people in here that are new to this. And we still get messages about, is V1 being improved upon? So some people aren't really aware that V2 is actually an entirely separate build. So, that being said, you all deserve a platform that's not only beautiful, fully functional, and bug-free, but also has some really great unique features as well. You can expect to have all the standard platform features every marketplace has, plus some of our very own unique integrations. So just to reiterate a couple of the standard features you can expect, our platform fee is 2%. Multi-chain availability at launch. We'll also continue to add to that as we go. Creator royalties will be there, additional platform royalties for anyone wanting to donate to a Lucro or EGC wallet, import collections, bulk uploads, of course, sensible and functional page navigation. That was a big aspect, I think, of just the user experience that's been tough for V1 right now for any creators there. So that has been completely reworked. Social features like follow and favorites, etc. Updated share features with additional social platforms that you can choose from. Variable platform stats and analytics. I think this is really exciting. An example of that would be like a creator leaderboard and some really cool things along with that. So, along with several other features, of course. I'd like to talk about some of the unique features briefly here that Luna Sky will have at launch. These are some of our additional primary focuses, because not only do we want to ensure you've got all the standard features you should have that you didn't have on V1 or were, buggy, we want to make sure there are some unique features, and that's the big thing here. So one, of course, you're aware of, Lucro integration. I'll speak to that again for anyone that's not familiar. Lucro is our ecosystem token. If you use our ecosystem token Lucro to mint an NFT, the platform fee is only 0.5% instead of 2%. We did this because it costs you 1% to buy Lucro, so we wanted to offer an incentive to use it on Luna Sky, so you get a heavily reduced platform fee. Remember also, using Lucro helps the entire EGC ecosystem, right? So customer support messaging portal, also a unique feature for a platform, so we're proud of that. We demonstrated this live in the recent Luna Sky video leak we did. That was actually a live demo of Sam using the messaging portal on Luna Sky for help and me replying to him in real time as a support representative. So if you haven't seen that link, it's still pinned to my Twitter profile. It's still, of course, on the Luna Sky Twitter. So check that out. Pretty cool. We have another unique feature we're hoping to include with the launch. I won't spoil it yet so as to not set a false expectation, but I'll say this about it. I'll give you a little breadcrumb about it. See if you can figure it out. There are a lot of people looking to utilize this asset somewhere, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So there's your hint. Lastly, I'll say that after the launch, we certainly intend to continue adding upgrades and new features to the platform. We've got a lot of great items in the pipeline, many of which have come from you, the community. So thank you so much for your continued suggestions, your ideas. There's so many smart people out there. So we certainly intend to continue building on to the platform. And then that being said, stay tuned, follow the socials, pay close attention for the updates. Feel free to contact me directly for any questions or ideas you may have. I'm always available, happy to chat. If you are a collection owner elsewhere and you're interested in coming over to Luna Sky, reach out to me or our community manager, Rocket Surgeon, directly through Twitter or Discord. We're more than happy to converse with you, about hosting your collection on Luna Sky. And then lastly, I just want to extend a huge thank you to, the community and the Evergrow staff. So the level of support, camaraderie here is just amazing, So you folks truly are the best in DeFi. We thank you all so very much. I'll pass it back to you, Sam.
Amazing, man. Thanks, Cody, for that update. Really detailed. And again, we understand that we can't just launch another NFT platform. It has to be unique. There has to be compelling reasons to use it. We do still believe that there is a lot of future in NFTs. Even in the short to medium term, the JPEG based NFTs, they're becoming more and more sophisticated. It's about art now. If you look at Lunar Sky, the art on Lunar Sky is absolutely beautiful. And because we don't have Bored Apes and CryptoPunks and things like this, we actually have artists creating beautiful individual unique pieces of art, and I think there's something pretty special about Lunar Sky. Even the V1, which we all know is not the greatest platform in the world, but people are still enjoying using it. So obviously we've got this huge upgrade that we really hope to bring you as soon as possible. The things that Cody touched on there that are so important is that we are building a suite of utilities that can create their own communities around them, and it kind of breaks down this sort of partisan thing in crypto, this tribalism. We are building utilities where it doesn't matter what coin you hold, it doesn't matter what community you're in, you can join these communities without feeling that tribalism, because we've branded them uniquely. We're going to have unique teams marketing them. We're going to build communities around them. And it's exactly the same with Lunar Sky as it will be with Wallet and the Abstract and ultimately Crater, is that we have not restricted ourselves just to Evergrow, because ultimately the more we can build, the more communities we can reach, the more it will benefit Evergrow holders, but kind of quietly, because we understand how crypto mentality works. We see it all the time. Someone holds one token and they feel like they need to be a rival of another token. We're trying to sort of go beyond those boundaries and build these unique utilities. We have marketing plans that follow the same kind of ideas, but are very, very different for Lunar Sky and for Wallet. Both of them will effectively allow us to build communities, allow us to get support from projects, other tokens, to build very large communities. A lot of this stuff, and I promise this is not a cop-out or us trying to avoid questions, a lot of this stuff we're going to keep relatively close until it actually starts happening, and you guys are going to start to understand it. You'll see this when Wallet goes live. You'll see the strategies that we've got planned and how they're very, very unique, and how they will enable us to hopefully reach hundreds of thousands of users for Wallet. The idea behind Wallet is to very quietly.
Hey, Sam.
Yes.
You keep you keep saying wallet. You can actually say Atlas wallet now.
I can say Atlas wallet. Guys, okay. I've had to train myself for so many months to not say the word Atlas, and I've come so close. Thanks, Paul. I've come so close to dropping Atlas into so many AMAs and conversations for all this time. I think we've all been pretty nervous. I think there was a little bit of a leak because the Twitter had about 10 followers this morning, and I said, right, guys, we've just got to go live, because believe it or not, our website was ready ahead of the deadline, which does not happen so much with Evergrow, but hopefully this shows you guys that we are improving, and we're learning, and we're getting stronger, and we're getting better devs around us all the time. So yeah, it's just to get back onto that. So we've got very specific strategies that will allow us to build these utilities to reach hundreds of thousands, hopefully millions of users. Every single feature that we've announced today on Atlas can generate revenue for Evergrow Buyback and Burn. Obviously, we can also, as we build, we have the control to let people see our tokens very clearly in their wallets. So, for example, if you open Trust Wallet, you'll see that there's a few default tokens in there, not necessarily tokens that people hold, but they make you go, I wonder what this is, wonder what that is. So all these little subtle things we can do, have Lucro in the default list of tokens, for example, obviously Evergrow as well. Just have subtle things that, push our tokens towards the top of people's thoughts, but without them knowing, in all honesty, without them knowing that this is an Evergrow utility, because it just doesn't need to happen. This isn't about vanity. This is about building an incredibly successful wallet that anybody can use in the whole world. Another thing that we did on the website that I'm sure a lot of you have noticed is we've put multiple languages down there. We chose those languages because those are the countries with the most crypto. So every language that we put on there was chosen by users. So that's the list of the countries with the most crypto users in the world. And obviously our wallet website is fully translatable into those languages. Every single function of Atlas Wallet can generate small amounts of revenue that will go to Buyback and Burn for Evergrow, and also we'll be able to effectively encourage use of Lucro throughout our ecosystem as well. So the whole thing has been very much designed. Someone said about, I can't remember exactly what the wording was, but someone tweeted earlier on about how Atlas encompasses the whole world, and Atlas Wallet effectively does that as well, and it encompasses our whole ecosystem. So it was actually Cody who came up with the name Atlas, and the minute he said it, I jumped on it and I was like, we got to go for that one. I think Cody's named both Lunar Sky and Atlas, so big credit to Cody. He comes up with these names. We sit as a team and we throw some of the worst names you could imagine into the equation. Cody's come up with some stinkers as well, haven't you, man? Like, because of your metal background, you said some of them would be great album names or band names, but he always comes up with the goods when we sit and brainstorm. So once again, credit to the main man Cody for coming up with the name. And we're so happy with the design. As you see, it's deliberately clean and simple. There are a lot of wallets being developed at the moment, and they're cool, but they're really, really complex, and they have all these advanced features, for charting and things like that. We thought to ourselves, well, look, we've got this little tagline, which actually was inspired by Apple many years ago on one of their presentations. I think Steve Jobs may have said it, or it might have been in one of the presentations. It's always been in the back of my mind. You already know how to use it. I think it's such a powerful line. And I honestly believe, that when you guys open this wallet for the first time, you're not going to scratch your heads. I really worked on the user interface. We looked at all the wallets in the market. We studied them. And we brainstormed, and it was about what's the most instinctive thing for people to want to see when they first open it. There are ways to customize your homepage. There's all sorts of things you can do, which we haven't really shown you so much on the website. But there's all these partnerships, and the partnerships aren't going to end at launch. Incidentally, we're going to keep on adding on-off ramp solutions. I'm sure you guys are going to have lots of questions about the feature, so I won't actually. I'd rather we sort of covered that together with you guys asking me questions and me being able to answer them, because I think it's the nicest way to cover questions, because you guys always ask good questions or probably cover more things than I could cover just sort of chatting to you now. So I think really we can probably move into questions unless Frank or Paul or Cody want to add anything at this stage.
No, I don't have much to add. I can start bringing in some people up. If you guys have questions and you're on mobile, please request, and we can answer as many questions as you want.
Yeah, we'll keep this one as long as you need it, because you guys have been waiting a long time to hear about this. It's a really positive day. So yeah, just if you want to ask a question, you're going to have time to ask it. I promise you that. So who are we going to get up first? Paul, do you want to lead this part of the AMA?
Yes, I'm going to bring you up, and please do keep yourself on mute until I ask you. Hold on. Christopher, hold on a second. Christopher, hold on. Hang on a second. Hold on. I want to make sure everyone knows when I bring you up, I'm going to bring you up a little early. Put yourself on mute until I ask you to speak. Ask one question at a time, please, because when you ask like three, Sam or any of us will forget, the next one and the next one and the next one. So one at a time, and we'll get to everybody, or as much as we can, and we'll go from there. Also, please, I want to say for the giveaway, please follow all the instructions. The Twitter picker, I usually do these things, and everyone forgets number 3. And they get mad at me because they do number 1 and 2, but they don't create their own tweet. And it's not fair to everyone else who actually does the instructions. So just want to say that first. Christopher, go ahead with your question.
At first, Sam, very good mate. I was very, very impressed what I have seen, and I hope this proceeds further. My question is, the marketing campaign, will it even market Lunar Sky or only the wallet? This was everything. Thank you very much.
Thanks so much, Christopher. So we're going to have completely separate campaigns for Lunar Sky and Wallet. They've both been mapped out for a fairly long time, and we're just itching to get going with them. So just to give you an idea, there's only so much we can say, but we obviously have a lot of money to spend on marketing. So we will do some of the more traditional stuff. We'll get some influencers involved, but the things that are really going to make us stand out from the pack are actually the organic, community-based, and I'm not even just talking about Evergrow community. Some of the ideas that we're going to put out there, and that's going to start happening relatively soon. We're going to start building these ideas. Those ideas are the things that are going to get us to hit really big numbers. So yeah, marketing will be separate for the two, just because they're different communities. Like the wallet effectively is available for the entire crypto world. I mean, Trust Wallet has 60 million users, guys. So, if we can capture 1% of that, this will be an unprecedented success. I believe that the wallet is better than Trust Wallet, and will have better features, especially with banking, and a debit card integration, which will come shortly after launch. Incidentally, if you look at the website, you'll see that says coming soon. It's only because we had an agreed launch date with the devs, that didn't include those two features, so they needed a little bit of extra time to integrate the banking and debit card. But that actually, it won't be so much of a long wait after launch, just so you know. So thanks for the question. Let's move on to the next one.
Macoby.
Hey guys, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a good day.
What's your question, man? Thanks,
Hey,
man.
absolutely. So my question is kind of relating to the BUSD alternative, since BUSD is kind of being phased out. I was wondering, Sam, if you guys have any thought to this. This was kind of on my mind. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned. They're not going to remove BUSD from circulation. There's an awful lot of BUSD in circulation at this stage. So it's not like this is some great panic where there's suddenly going to be no BUSD in the world. There are many, many billions of BUSD out there. Obviously, the challenge with BUSD is they're not going to, print more, unlike the US government. So we will have plenty of time to come up with contingencies. We're always going to be a rewards token. And if we get to a stage where there simply isn't enough supply of BUSD, then we would do a contract upgrade and find an alternative. It sounds like Binance are planning to potentially launch their own stablecoin. There are obviously a number of other established stablecoins out there. There's nothing within our token that means it has to be BUSD, but we'll stick with BUSD for as long as we can. And I personally have no concerns. I think BUSD is going to still be available for a year or so from here, and so much can change in crypto over that time. So all we would need to do would do a contract upgrade and change the rewards token. So not really a big deal. I'm not concerned about the security of BUSD. I've said this before. BUSD is run very responsibly by Paxos. They have an independent very large accounting firm audit it on a monthly basis. I read these reports as somebody who's obviously responsible for all of you guys and the BUSD you hold and the BUSD we hold within the project. I actually look at those reports every single month. They have a surplus. Just so you guys understand why it's a solid investment. Paxos actually make their money through the returns they get on the treasury bonds that back the investment. So every time someone buys BUSD, Paxos buys a treasury bond, and that's an incredibly good investment right now with yields sort of between 3 to 4%. So it's not like they've got any financial issues whatsoever. They actually hold several $100 million more than they need to because of the returns they've made from the treasury. So there are no sort of issues, liquidity issues, or any concerns about BUSD. Only that long term, there may just not be enough BUSD around for them to mint more. But in terms of a rewards project like ours, I just don't see it being an issue. But if it ever came up, all we would do is find an alternative to reward you guys.
All right, Scripted Legend. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Hopefully there's no technical issues with this. Let me hear y'all response to this. There was an article released that was talking about, okay, yeah, I can hear you perfectly. There's an article released talking about how MasterCard and Visa are pausing or halting their crypto aspect of plans, like the credit card, for example. So I was wondering, will there be a hold on the code for if that continued once it was live, or it's not an issue at all? Thank y'all.
Yeah, thanks, man, and thanks for your videos and everything. Thanks for supporting the project for such a long time. We really appreciate it, man. Yeah, I mean, it's basically all of our you can go direct, and obviously there have been big issues with Celsius, FTX, etc. But it's not really how our partnership is going to work. Our partnership is done through a third party who provides the banking solution as well. So it's not effectively a direct crypto relationship like you have with centralized players. So remember, this is a decentralized wallet. So I don't actually think this is going to affect decentralized solutions where effectively there's this kind of real-time exchange happening and the payments aren't actually being made in crypto in real terms. So we'll obviously keep an eye on it, but I'm not concerned about it because we're not centralized. So we're not effectively like underwriting the risk like companies like FTX and Celsius, these big players, are able to do. We're effectively using third-party banking partners who are effectively holding underlying fiat, and it's not a direct transaction with Visa and MasterCard. So obviously these are, crypto is, things like this come up in crypto every single day. You have to roll the punches, but we've not been aware that this is an issue with the partnerships that we've got in place. So I'm not particularly concerned, but obviously we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep you guys informed if anything changes.
Yeah, so far I haven't heard any major issues or anything like that. I deal a lot in the partnerships. Also haven't heard anything of that nature that would create an alert. Daniel or Danny?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Go
Good.
ahead, sir.
Yeah, good. I just want to say thank you for letting me ask you a question, and congrats on the launch. My question is timeline. When is the launch, and how much marketing can we expect around the launch? Thank you.
So we're not announcing the timeline yet, but what I can say is that this is I will admit, to be honest, this is the first time we have had such a watertight development contract, because I realized the stuff you guys as holders went through last year. We had repeated development issues. We went for a company who had built several wallets that we liked. So that was really important. We know they've launched on App Store. They've launched successful wallets in the past. We went for a couple of that, and then I was a pretty hard negotiator. Paul can probably attest to that. I could be pretty tough in these meetings, and effectively, they tried to give these open-ended deadlines, and I said, well, fine, you can give an open-ended deadline, but this is my deadline, and if you miss this deadline, we'll pay you less money. And when you do that, you'll be amazed at how people achieve their deadlines. So far, all the milestones which are on the contract was extremely detailed. I tweeted earlier on, well, I didn't tweet, I said on Discord earlier on that, this process has been going on for more than 6 months now. And the discovery process was very in depth. And we have milestones detailed on the contract, and every single one has been hit on time so far. So that's all I can say. So this isn't going to be something that drags out, from what we can tell, for, many, many months. We are hoping for a relatively swift launch. And obviously, after launch, we will continue to build on this product. We really want both Luna Sky and Atlas Wallet to be products that just continually improve. We want to stay one step ahead of everybody else. Some of the partnerships that we actually haven't put on the website yet would be the first partnerships in a crypto wallet. Paul's really pushing me to get on a call. It's been so busy. But I think Paul wants me to get on a call tomorrow to close off another partnership that we haven't announced. You see, we've already got a pretty comprehensive suite of partners for Atlas Wallet. And it may well be that over the next few weeks, we continue to announce partnerships and continue to add. But what we won't do, so as I said, with the banking and MasterCard, we're not going to allow that to delay the launch. That'll be done. That'll just be a standard App Store update. In let's say 4 to 6 weeks after launch, that'll go live. But so for now, we're not going to give a specific date, but I'm very happy with the way we're progressing. It's definitely been the smoothest project we've done so far, and I think even as I said, what seems like a simple website going out live on time is not that simple, because we had tens of thousands of people visiting that website within seconds of the launch. We had multiple attempted DDoS attacks today, which we monitored and were able to prevent. We didn't have a second of downtime. So we are learning, every time we do something and something goes wrong, we learn. So I'm really very happy today with what happened. And I think the development will be a similar story. I believe this will be a very smooth launch from what we've seen so far from this development company. And obviously, it's been important to develop this good relationship with them as well, because it gives us a lot of hope for the future. to continue to improve on the wallet and also to look at other developments, because we want to, surprise you guys with some other utilities that won't take away, too much of our kind of focus, but can be built and just add to our ecosystem. We really do want to build an impressive ecosystem for you guys. In terms of marketing, the marketing will actually commence sort of in the background within a couple of weeks, because what we want to do is start building project partnerships behind the scene for the wallet. But we need to get that, we need to get our socials up, if that makes sense, for us to have a little bit more strength to go into conversations. So we want to aim to get 10,000 followers on the Twitter, real followers. We don't do bots, guys. So, we'll do lots of promos and giveaways, and hope you guys can support that as well, to get that account verified, get 10,000 followers as soon as possible. And then that'll put us in a powerful position to use that account to build partnerships. Remember, it's really important as well that the Atlas wallet brand is a standalone brand, because it makes it a lot easier for us to build partnerships as Atlas wallet, when we're talking to other projects. So there's a real plan in place, and the first milestone on that plan will be to get to 10,000 followers on Twitter, and hopefully we'll do that as soon as possible. I think we hit over 1,000 within a few hours. It's a pretty impressive start.
I'll get to CC next, but I think that's a good point, and to stress, everyone always talks about, when marketing. There's a very specific plan, and it's not always, guys, that it's going to be, these big plastered things all over the place. The best kind of marketing is actually the kind of stuff you don't see. But I can promise you, Sam has put together a very good plan, and it's got to be executed, and it can be executed very easily. That part can be done relatively cheap, but you can also put a lot of money behind it in other areas also. So it's going to roll out over the next few weeks, up until launch, up until after launch, and you'll begin to see it in real time. I can promise you that. Crypto Control Buddy, how you doing, man?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, man. That voice, the voice of the videos. How are you?
Doing good. It's good to talk to you guys again. So I was just wondering about the numbers. I think you said it was like 1%, which I think would be of what Trust Wallet had would be like 600,000 users, of what that could look like in relation to, potential buyback and burn with the Atlas wallet. Is that what do you think that the possibility of this being like the major utility that brings in versus like Luna Sky, or where does it weigh in comparison to some of the other utilities?
That's a really good question. I'm probably a little bit biased, because obviously we have little teams within management, and so this has been my kind of baby to focus on from the very early days. What we intend for all of our utilities to be leaders in themselves, with unlimited upside potential. So I'm not going to say whether I believe Wallet will be bigger or smaller than Creator, Luna Sky, the Abstract, etc. But we've looked at the numbers very modestly, and we believe that an active user could easily generate $10 of revenue directly for us each month. So 600,000 would be an incredible number for us to get, but again, that's only kind of 1% of the market leader. But let's say we got 10,000. If we got 10,000 users using it actively every month, which I think is very, very achievable. I mean, we have a community who we know we've lost a few of over the last 6 months, through missing deadlines and things like that. But I think we can see that whenever we do anything, we draw people back in. We can see that with the buys on the charts today. We can see that with some of the activity. And I think we just need to deliver consistently for a good few months, make sure we hit our deadlines, get these utilities out and really impressive. And I think we'll start bringing back a lot of the people that we lost. So I don't believe that getting 10,000 users is going to be particularly hard. So that's our first milestone. So that would be $100,000, and we would see as kind of hopefully net profit at just that very modest level on a monthly basis, which we know already from our experience could have a significant effect on the price, because when we burned at a higher market cap, we bought back and burnt $250,000 worth of tokens, and it increased our price by over 40% above BNB, which was falling at the time. So when we actually did our first real world test of buyback and burn, we outperformed BNB by 40%. Now BNB is still down 50% from its high. So, the fact that we could every month potentially outperform BNB by 10-20% just with 10,000 users shows that the potential is pretty high. Now, obviously, as the market cap grows and as wallet numbers grow, it'll even itself out to some degree. But if we could dream to have 100,000 active users, which again would be a 0.15% of Trust Wallet's numbers, then the numbers are pretty staggering. Like, I can't even imagine the price effect if we were burning $1 million a month of tokens. To buy $1 million of tokens, someone tried to buy $1 million of Evergrow right now, the price would probably almost double, because that's how liquidity works. We have such an incredibly healthy liquidity pool. So a lot of people have questioned how wallet can help Evergrow, because we initially ruled out the idea of the wallet, but then when we started understanding how we could innovate wallet, Atlas Wallet, I'm doing it still because I've just got so used to not saying Atlas. We ran the numbers, we understood what we could do with the developers. This is why the process took so long, because in all honesty, there's a lot of discovery that we do behind the scenes and we just decide against it. So you guys may not see that work. With Wallet, the Atlas Wallet, the development process, the discovery process was ongoing for a couple of months, and I only announced that we were going to go ahead with the wallet project when I realized just how profitable it could be for you guys. Otherwise, I would have just never said anything, and that would have just disappeared into nowhere. But we want to go ahead with things that we truly believe can be profitable for holders and not waste time and resources on things that won't. So in terms of the numbers, look, if every single one of you guys downloaded that wallet and started using it, that would already be a success. If we could bring back a lot of the people who we lost through the issues we had last year, then the sky's the limit for this project. If we can break into hundreds of other communities, which is part of our marketing plan, then Wallet could really surprise everybody in terms of what it can bring into the project. And in the meantime, Lunar Sky is going to go live, and we have a similar strategy for Lunar Sky. I mean, Lunar Sky is so exciting because for me, I don't feel that there is an NFT marketplace out there that's truly sort of built for communities and willing to embrace communities and support communities and encourage. Every Lunar Sky artist gets attention and time from the team and from the socials. This is so important. We insisted 100% that we had to have that chat live. We don't want people coming onto our marketplace and feeling that they're not important to us, that they search everywhere how to kind of get customer support. I mean, you've all experienced this before. You search high and low on a website, you can't find anything. You go to some list of FAQs and you press buttons, and after 15 minutes you still can't speak to a human being. I'm telling you that the effect of offering that live support is going to be huge, and also it's going to be a feedback loop for us. If Cody's going to be running up that customer service team, and if every single day 7 people ask the same question, Cody's going to know to go to the developers and say, look, there's an issue here, people don't understand how this works, let's make it easier for people to use. And that's where we can constantly iterate and improve everything. And obviously we're very open with all of our community. We're probably, I believe, the best customer service in any crypto by a long way. Nobody who holds Evergrow has any problem getting customer support. You can get customer support within half an hour through multiple places in Evergrow, and we're going to extend that same culture to our utilities. And I'm telling you guys, like, having crypto utilities or any kind of tech product that has that level of customer service in itself is going to be a game changer, because technology, is a kind of, it's an area where customer service is pretty bad, and it can be pretty difficult because it's all automated customer service, and sometimes that just isn't good enough. Sometimes people don't want to scroll through articles and FAQs. They just want to very quickly say to someone, I'm a bit confused, can you help me? And 30 seconds later, someone in our team can give them the answer, and then that's a customer for life. And they're never going to go anywhere else, because a real human being spent 30 seconds on them, and then that's a customer on our utility for life. So for me, that's a huge area where I know we can build communities, and those people are going to tell everybody about our utilities. We're going to keep that culture, that we use for our holders. We're going to keep it for our customers, because holders are going to turn into customers, and that's where we're going to end up, because we need to generate revenue so we can give you guys back what you deserve to have for sticking with the project.
All right, Rocket, I was trying to bring you up as a speaker. I don't know if you had a question or not. Do you? Rocket, are you there? I don't know if you can speak or not. Let's go to Nishu.
Hey guys.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Hey, I think I missed it maybe on the first part of this. You said a user through Atlas Wallet could generate $10 a month. What are they doing that generates that?
Good question. So every little element of our product has effectively micro fees built into it. So what we're doing is we're offering convenience, we're offering service, and for that there's just going to be a very small micro fee. So if we look just simply across the whole website, the swap, every swap we're going to generate a micro fee from. Every cross chain swap the same. Same with on-off ramp solutions. We've negotiated very heavily with on-off ramp providers, so that effectively we can take money without it affecting, their generic pricing. We have a strong community, and we can demonstrate that we're going to get a lot of users. So we use that to negotiate where perhaps other projects weren't able to. So if an on-off ramp provider charges X amount, we've negotiated a margin with them to say, well, look, help us to not add anything onto your product costs and just give us that amount. So every single month we're going to receive distributions. Banking, again, is the same. There's obviously going to be small charges to transfer your crypto into your fiat account and to spend it and do forex exchanges and all of this. Small charges that crypto investors aren't as concerned about charges as your everyday investor, because the returns are so high and have so much volatility. So us adding 0.2 here or 0.5 here or whatever it might be, it's all relative to the overall charges. Every single little transaction that the average crypto trader uses, they're going to be able to do within our wallet. They're not going to notice the difference in cost because we've basically negotiated it into the pricing, so they'll feel like they're not paying any more, which is the reality. But we are going to be receiving a share of that revenue from the partners. And as I said, we'll continue to build partnerships, because the most important thing for us is that this is used globally, and every single partner may cover a certain amount of the world. The US has always been the biggest challenge. It's so highly regulated. Having that on-off ramp solution for US customers, the debit card solution for US customers, has always been the biggest challenge. So that's a huge market for us. Our main priority was to cover the US and Europe, but in all reality, we've covered hundreds of countries worldwide by having a blend of strategic partnerships so if one partner can't cover a certain part of the world, Paul and I have been off finding another who can. And it's going to be very instinctive and easy for you within that wallet just to see who the best option is for you to off ramp or to on ramp or for banking, things like that. So it's quite modest to say that we think an active user would generate us $10. It really just depends how much trading they do, how much buying they do. We'll be able to really hone down those numbers as we go. We'll have the data 2 or 3 months in. We'll be able to say, well, we know exactly how much the average user costs, so we can analyze that. We can put that into marketing strategies to understand that if we spent X amount on marketing and let's say a marketing campaign costs 50,000, but it allowed us to take on 10,000 new users, we would know whether that marketing return was appropriate or not, for example. But we'll only get that with data. Obviously, we're in a very privileged position. We have an awful lot of money in our marketing wallet because we've planned so strategically over the last year. So we're kind of ready to go in terms of that. So we can really plan to make sure that, for every cent we spend on marketing, we soon enough, within 2 or 3 months of data, we'll know pretty much exactly how much return we'll get. And then that's the kind of level where you can start taking serious risks with marketing. Bear in mind, I've done this obviously with previous companies where you test the water for the first few months and you have to basically throw some money here, there, and everywhere. But then when you analyze the data, you can really say to yourself, okay, for every $12 I spend, we'll make $100 in return. And then you can literally turn around at that point and say, well, look, we can spend $100,000 or we can spend $1 million because our data supports it. Because that's how marketing works in terms of spend. So these are all strategies that we have in mind, that we will start working on. As I said, within the next couple of weeks, the initial marketing as we build up to launch is going to start. The first big move is to get 10,000 followers, and then we can start doing pre-signups for wallet and all of these things. It's great to see Evergrow, Steve, you've got the yellow Atlas Wallet logo there. So we have obviously, we wanted to make this website as complete as possible. And we have the press kit there. We love our YouTubers, our creators, and our community to have access to as much as we can. So, again, we thought all this stuff through. Every single element of that website has been thought through. So you guys can go and download logos in different colors. You can download the debit cards, which look really, really cool. So we want to make as many resources available. So as always, just to reiterate, if you guys want to make mugs and t-shirts, it's all completely open source. Everything that we do with Evergrow is open source. You guys can do what you want. You can sell your stuff. We know that obviously there's a store coming up where there's going to be some revenue share of Evergrow, which we're very happy with, and we'll work to promote that. But don't forget to check out the press kit on the Atlas website as well. All of those, as I said before, all of the guides and the buy crypto stuff, there's a very good reason why those are there, that we're going to grow those. You can probably see a lot of time and work went into those for launch to make sure we had really good articles about cryptos that are all optimized and things like that. So I went off on a bit of a tangent there. So let's move on to the next question.
Before we get to Evergrow, Steve, I want to say something. So, especially in the future when we have new projects come aboard and want to be on the decks and want to be on the want to be in our swap. I don't know if everyone knows this. In order to get let's say Trust Wallet is the biggest wallet in the world. I don't know if everyone knows this. So you need at least usually, if you don't know anyone's that, you need 12,000 addresses, and it costs you 5 BNB to upload your logo, and then it takes weeks for it to upload on there. So, and if you don't pass the criteria, you don't get refunded your money, or your 5 BNB. You just got to wait till next time. That would not be the case with us. You won't. The projects won't have to pay that that money to get on. So Sam has a very good marketing strategy, planned out that will give us marketing on top of marketing, but also it won't cost other projects and new projects, they have to wait to get to 12,000 holders. They have to, pay, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 just to get their logo on there, and then wait for the price to get on there. So it's all been planned out. I don't know if, how many people know that. It's a crazy amount of money just to get a logo on there. But if a product can charge it, people are going to pay it. Hey, that's, capitalism.
Yeah, it's so important that, it's very much part of our strategy to embrace crypto projects and crypto communities, and it's hugely valuable to do so. It's a complete nightmare being a project. I see Hank there in the audience. Hank, I hope you're well, man. Hank suffers all the time. Like with his team, they develop really cool stuff, and then they can't get the likes of CMC and all the others to list them. Like we had countless problems getting our logo updated in Trust Wallet. We sent them money after money after money. There was no process. The thing is, you then get pretty annoyed, and it's not good PR. Whereas if there's a product out there that's looking after hundreds of projects in DeFi, that's just about spreading good vibes. There's obviously a little bit more of a strategy beyond that, but if you're a project and you know that there's only one wallet out there that's looking after you, this just goes on to how we're building communities, and that could be communities of crypto projects, as on top of just communities of individuals. And this is where we're going to have a real edge in this market, because we're trying to do things outside the box. There's going to be a place, I think, for us to have a few partnerships with some big influencers and things like that. I've got no criticism for that approach, but I think the crypto world are getting a little bit used to all of that stuff. They're like, oh, here we go, another guy posting another project. And I think it's important to start to evolve. Like we've always been leaders with our marketing, and sometimes we've done a marketing campaign and it's been really successful for a few months, and then it's kind of been copied and copied and copied, and we are probably the first ones to then walk away, and we leave the projects that maybe followed us to keep trying it for a little while. But sometimes marketing has a finite life. It's so important to know that about marketing. I've had the benefit of doing marketing for other companies in the past, obviously. And sometimes, you have an amazing marketing strategy and it's an absolute killer, and it works for 4.5 months, and then suddenly overnight it stops working. And if you're not prepared to evolve constantly and innovate, then your marketing just dies. I think with Evergrow, we've been open about this. We've deliberately held back from marketing, which I think has frustrated some holders because obviously it stops us from growing. We've just been sort of going sideways and price has been drifting a little bit. But I'm never really concerned about price because I know that we know how to switch marketing on, but we won't switch marketing on until we've got those products out there in the market. Obviously, our price has bumped up nicely today, and we think there's going to be a lot of positivity around the project over the coming months. But we haven't really got started yet. You guys have seen what we can do when we really know how to market. We sold out Lucro in about 6 seconds, millions of dollars, broke every record in crypto. The same when Evergrow launched. We know what we're doing, but you guys and we all know that it's time for us to have good products to market, and that has been our full focus for the last few months to put behind us mistakes of the past, the development issues we had, and get high quality products out there, and then we'll throw all that marketing experience we've got into those products. We just haven't had the opportunity to do that yet, but we can't wait to get going.
Okay, let's go to Evergrow Steve, and then Cleo, and then Hank. So Steve, how you doing, man?
Doing great. Congratulations, guys, and the team on a successful launch. I was really, really impressed on how well the site worked. It was fast, and I appreciate the detail. There was a lot of detail in there, so you could spend a lot of time just reading on all the features, and I really appreciate that. So thank you for that. My question is, with the off-ramp partners, obviously off-ramping is kind of important, have they been able to give you an idea of, can they compete with the centralized exchanges in terms of timing? I don't know what it usually is. Sometimes it's 5-6 days, sometimes it's 48 hours. Have they been able to promise you or give you any sort of guidelines on how quickly that can happen? I have one more question. I'll hold on that.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it varies from provider to provider, country to country. One of the partners that we've not actually put on there yet, because we're effectively working on a confidential deal with them because they have never partnered with a wallet before. But Paul tested them. Paul, am I right that it took 48 hours for the money to hit your US bank account?
Yep, took about just under that. It was like, I actually timed it. It was like 45 hours, something like that.
So that's really impressive because the US is a challenge, and it's why we didn't announce this partner initially, because we even had to go to the extent of getting our devs to effectively agree that this would be exclusive for us for at least a little while, because Paul actually reached out to them. We had a meeting. They were really excited. They said, look, we want you guys to be the first time we integrate into a crypto wallet. We're super happy with them. So they're actually specifically building custom APIs for us. Obviously, we'll be the first, and then I'm sure everybody will queue up behind them. So we just wanted to have a little bit of a lead time over them. So we didn't put that partnership on the website today. But as Paul said there, we tested that and it was 48 hours. I honestly believe in 6 months' time, these times are going to be less and less. This industry is moving really, really quickly. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that some new providers come into the scene who are cheaper, quicker. And now with the experience we've had building this so far, we'll be able to integrate them, super quick. Like, I think we could probably do an integration of a new partner in 2 weeks, as long as they've got their APIs ready on their side. So we're constantly going to monitor the market for wallet, constantly improve or take feedback, obviously, once it's live, see if there's anything we can improve. It's not going to be a lunar sky situation. This wallet is going to launch. It's going to be as good as anything out there, but we want to just make it better than everything. We want to be ahead of the curve. So we're going to constantly explore partnerships and opportunities to keep building this into, we would love it to be one of the top wallets in the world. That's our ultimate ambition.
Thank you very much.
Steve, you said one more question?
Yeah, this one might probably an easy one, but I can't take credit for this. An eagle eye spotter on Twitter noticed in the swap feature that there was a little token with the name ATLS. So I was wondering if that was just for show, or was there anything behind it?
Yes. Well, I think you'll be relieved to know that was just a show, and we actually jumped onto the devs today because obviously there's so little mini elements of design on here. So no, there will not be an Atlas token. We're not going to dilute you guys with that. I think the designers are just getting a little bit creative, and we've actually asked them to remove that. So I think that's good news for you guys to know that we're not going to attempt to launch another token.
And you know what? Just for, I blame Cody. I'm just saying, because, we all looked over this, but I blame Cody. So that he dismissed that little
Yeah,
part.
because Cody made me change all my British spelling. I would remind everybody that the word English has a slight relation to England. He made me make Z's where there are S's, so I had to change decentralized to decentralized. So I had to go like last minute. Cody's like, "You got to take all these S's and change them to Z's." So I'm like, pandering to the Americans.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
And Paul, I'll give you that one, my man. I did look at that and submit enough feedback to annoy y'all for several days. So I missed it. My bad, guys.
No, we all missed it. No, I looked over that so many times.
I mean, it's kind of cool, but we're not going to do it. Like, we don't want you to get excited and think there's an Atlas token, because I actually think it would probably annoy everybody if there was an Atlas token coming. So 100% there will not be any more tokens. I give you my word on that.
Sorry about that, guys. Cleo, thank you for waiting. Appreciate it.
No worries. Sam, you're British. Whereabouts in the UK?
I was born in London, but I brought up in Devon.
Oh, nice. So you're by the West Country. Oh, okay.
How about yourself?
Just outside London, Hertfordshire.
So who do you support?
Oh, I don't.
This could go terribly wrong, because I might have to block you from the whole project.
I can't stand football.
Oh, that's good, because as a Spurs supporter, anybody from Hertfordshire is either going to support Spurs, Arsenal, or Chelsea, I'm guessing. So it could have. We'll move on.
We spoke. I don't know if you recall briefly last year. We exchanged a few DMs. I just wondered. I've just sent you a couple of DMs in regards to marketing. It may be of interest to you guys. If not, no worries. But I was really just asking if at some point you could have a look at the DM I've sent you.
No worries. I'll check out.
Yeah, if you guys can't get a hold of Sam, and Sam, I'm going to speak to this. For Sam, he doesn't like to do this. He gets hundreds of messages a day. It's if you guys want to try and get something, me, Cody, Frank, guys on the team, we kind of try and feed it up and filter it out, filter certain things out, because there's so many promotional people out there, and like yourself, you're actually a real person and not just some regular promoter that we don't know who it is or whatever. But so we kind of try and filter them out, and then if it's a real person with a good idea, stuff like that, we get it right to Sam.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand he's busy.
So yeah, if he doesn't reply to you, don't take it personally. He just gets a lot of messages. And
don't worry, I don't take it personally at all. Essentially, so I'm a display pilot, an air show display pilot, again based just outside Hertfordshire, and I could potentially be interested in promoting the project on my aircraft. That was it. That's simply it. If it's something that's potentially of interest, brilliant. But if not,
we'll talk. We'll talk when we get off. Okay?
Sure. Yeah. No worries. No worries. But I'm definitely real.
Thanks, man. Okay, Hank, how you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys? Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, sir.
Hey, Hank. Good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, you guys too. I've been waiting for you guys to finally announce this for, it feels like forever. We've been talking about your blank wallet for, months now, and you guys wouldn't even tell me the name, and my guess was wrong. I was guessing Titan. So I had the 5 characters correctly, but Atlas.
Yeah, we had a few Titan. Titan's a good name. There were some good names coming out in the guesses, but I'm telling you, we're as happy as we could be with Atlas.
Atlas is a Titan, so you weren't entirely wrong, my friend.
There you go.
And let me give credit to our Facebook admin, Danny. He actually was the one to guess it first a couple days ago, and he kept going on it, and he didn't know. We didn't tell him, and he actually guessed it. So he was want to do it.
Paul, I just found out today there was a second guess that I never saw on February 3rd. Loby guessed it, and I saw him retweet himself today. So Danny and Loby, you both guessed it. Congrats. Awesome job.
Congrats. Okay, go ahead. Hank, sorry.
No, you're good. I just want to hop up and say, I hope you guys do really well. I'm looking forward for it to come out. I definitely am looking forward to being your first guinea pig for a token that is cross-chain that you guys support. Because my project is going to be on multiple different networks, so I'll be able to test a lot of stuff for you. Hopefully nothing breaks, but I like everything about the website that you guys did. I really like the fact that you have like tiny quality of life things like localization for for languages, and it just really just speaks to the level of commitment that you guys have. Like you took every little detail and made sure it was perfect along the way. And we've had plenty of discussions about how to improve and kind of where you guys see yourself. And I think, it's self-evident at this point, but Sam and the team have just such a clear head on their shoulders where, I mean, I know you guys are going to just knock this out of the park. So just wanted to come in, show my support and say, congratulations on your first announcement. And I look forward to seeing you guys continue to progress.
Thank you so much, Hank. You're a great guy. I'll send you the $100 I promised you. I'm joking, of course. No, we really appreciate it. And of course, Hank, we'll talk to you guys about how we can work with you. We always love you guys and everything you do. So likewise, back to you.
Yeah, we not just with Hank, we talk with a lot of other projects, and we're hoping to make a lot of partnerships and good ones, but we want to be thorough. We don't want to do anything too fast. And actually, when Hank was talking, I'm always harping on Sam. I'm like, let's do this, let's get this part, let's do this, but you got to do step by step. You can't do too much in one day or too much in 1 week, and there's you got to take it one step at a time. So we keep it, but also I think we keep each other in check, and Cody keeps us in check too. Frank, same thing, the management team. So it's a really good mix, and we're not stopping. We never stop. I hope you guys know that. I look at it, the website, I think was beautiful, and I'm just like, oh man, but we could improve here, we can improve there, let's do this, let's do that. But there's a time and place for all that. So
yeah, I think the thing about Wallet is I think it's going to have it's got the potential to partner with countless projects in our space with DeFi projects. I think that's what's so special about it, and why again we always hark back to why we approach it with this branding strategy. It's so important for us. The whole sort of ethos behind our project is to create an ecosystem of individual companies that can effectively go out and thrive on their own, and that's going to be the approach. So we're really looking forward to digging into partnerships for Wallet.
Moon, are you there, sir?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good to hear from you.
Hey, Moon.
Yeah, so I actually don't have a question. I was just I actually tweeted about this. I'm surprised nobody's talking about this. That MasterCard just looks it looks, I don't know, something about it. I love it. I'm gonna dream about it tonight. A great job on that. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, man. I'm telling you what, I can't wait for that moment where I'm holding my own project's MasterCard in my hand, like in a bar or a restaurant somewhere. And I hope the whole EGC fam feel the same way, like when you've got that card in your hand. And it is going to come, guys. And they're beautiful designs. Again, the dev team and their designers, when we give them clear instructions, they've been so good at delivering exactly what we want. They sent us some designs for the card and we weren't too happy, but then the second time around they nailed it again. These beautiful metallic cards. Obviously you can also just have virtual cards for Apple and Google Pay as well, so you don't need to have a physical card. But I actually only just use virtual cards for the last few years. I never have a physical card, but I think I'm going to make an exception for Atlas Bank and our MasterCard.
One correction to that, if I may. When you hold your Atlas card in your hand, Sam, not your EGC card.
Of course, Atlas card. That's the one.
It's going to take time for us to get used to it, isn't it?
It's
going to take time for me to stop controlling myself against saying the word Atlas because,
you won't
I'm
have
adapting.
me creeping behind both of y'all, watching and waiting and saying, don't say anything, don't say anything.
No, exactly. We're okay now. We can all relax.
Sam's going to be paying at a restaurant after eating, and the server's going to come to grab the card. He's going to hand him the card. He's going to say, "Yeah, I made that."
Well, it's crossed my mind.
So I also want to say, so we will also, I don't know if, I mean, everyone, you see we have a cross chain swap on there, and you will be able to, you know, the, I don't want to give too much away too, but you will be able to, like, you know, cross change. We will have, you know, it creates, it's hard for me to say. You will be EGC and Lucro. You will be able to cross chain swap from, you know, what's available. So like,
Yeah, I mean,
Bitcoin,
Paul, we can expand a little bit on that, because I know you're careful that I don't tell you off for saying something that you're not allowed to say.
yeah,
But part of what we're going to offer projects will be the opportunity to have their tokens on the cross-chain swap. But at the moment, there's effectively 40,000 pairs on that swap because of how, you know, mathematics works with these things. EGC and Lucro will be a pair on the cross-chain swap that, you know, can be swapped directly with ETH or Bitcoin or wherever it might be. But also we will allow other projects who are interested to be integrated so that they can also be on a cross-chain swap. It's not the simplest thing in the world. It requires a little bit of time and work for each project. But again, we're open to embracing other projects, other communities, just to, you know, try to reach as many people as possible.
Yeah, it's a really cool feature, and you know, we chose the correct, you know, off-chain, a cross-chain swap partner. So it's going to be exciting. I'm excited, and I can't wait to keep working on it and keep working with the devs and get it finished. We're in a really good phase right now. Like Sam said, there's milestones, and they're knocking them out left and right. So
the other thing about the cross-chain swap, we're not going to reveal fees yet, but it's really, really good value. I had
yeah,
to help a friend do some cross-chain stuff recently because they were getting paid in a token. They couldn't cash it out, and they ended up paying a lot of money to swap their tokens. And our swap, we negotiated a really, really good deal. So the cross-chain swap is actually really cheap as well for people to use. So there's going to be no real reason why people wouldn't want to use it.
never
Something we haven't. Let me before we
never
before
negotiate
we
with Sam. He's the negotiate. And like you said earlier, I was there through all these negotiations, and man, guys, he took this negotiations like, I mean, it is like, it was absolutely amazing to hear and watch. I learned a lot from him, and I tell him this all the time. Learned a lot from him, and you know, instead of just adding a fee on top, you know, there's revenue sharing, so you guys could pay less, and we could be more competitive with the other wallets, be, you know, lower than all the, you know, exchanges out there, and this and that. I mean, so much has gone into it that is just behind the scenes. That's so important just to help us all out, because I'll be using the wallet too, so it helps me also. So I want to thank you, Sam, for that. You put so much time and effort into that, and I've seen that, and you get frustrated and back and forth, and I just got to say it. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just important to, you know, not only offer something that's good, but if it's good and it's cheaper than everything else, then you're onto a winner. So, you know, I think Paul's politely saying, because I'm a complete asshole when I'm negotiating, if I'm being honest. But, you know, I've always said this with Evergrow, is I treat that money like it's my own. That's why we're probably the only project whose marketing wallet has been growing over the last year rather than reducing. You know, we even do a little bit of investing and switching funds and things like this to try to maximize every cent that, you know, that you guys ultimately own. Every holder of this project, you know, is entitled to us making the most out of that marketing budget. So yeah, we're really tight on negotiations, but it's also good for the business longer term to know that our prices are going to be competitive. So I wanted to talk about one or two features in case they don't come up as questions and we forget them. One thing that's kind of cool is the watch only wallet. It might sound really simple and it's available in other wallets, but it's really not that obvious and it's quite difficult to use. So watch only wallet is really cool because you don't have to interact with the blockchain at all, and you can basically have your wallet there and observe it and watch it as though it's live, but it isn't. It's just based on the wallet address. And also, because of the way we've designed this, you can actually buy tokens and send them to a watch only wallet without even interacting with the wallet. So it's really, really secure. So those who are worried about security, who don't sort of trade, you know, every day, but maybe, you know, especially long-term investors who want to sort of look at their wallet all the time, but they're a bit nervous. The watch only wallet is impossible to hack because all it is the address from the blockchain, and it's creating a wallet from that address that you can observe and you can actually send tokens to. So you can use the on-ramp solutions to actually buy tokens without even interacting with the wallet address. So it's actually not the most complicated feature, but we thought it'd be really interesting and important to have in there, and to have it really easy. You can also monitor your favorite, whales wallets as well. So if there are people's wallets you want to keep an eye on, you might want to keep an eye on, for example, the Evergrow marketing wallet, see how it's growing or see what we're spending. You can add that to your watch only wallet, and you can see exactly what's in there. You can add all the tokens. You can observe it just like it's a wallet that you have in Trust Wallet or MetaMask or whatever it might be. So that's a really cool feature that we wanted to highlight, which I really like. What else have we got? So yeah.
And by the way, with the number what we have, so you can put up to 50 wallets on Atlas, and so, but up to 50, wallets or watch wallets. So you can't.
Yeah. So my frustration,
wallets, it's together. Yeah.
I have a lot of crypto wallets, and my frustration is having to delete them and put them back on. So, my main approach is going to be to have 2 or 3 live wallets, because I generally only interact with a handful of wallets on a regular basis. Like with the marketing funds, for example, we have a petty cash wallet, so we don't, none of the big wallets are live. They're all very secure, and they're not like sitting on someone's phone or anything like that. But then petty cash, I have a petty cash wallet, so I can send out money for salaries and things like this. So I'll have 2 or 3 live wallets, and then I can be watching 47 more wallets completely securely. Like it's really simple. But most people don't actually need to necessarily interact with a lot of their wallets, but they want to log in every day and see exactly how much is in there. Have they gone up? Have they gone down? What's individual holdings doing? So for me, the having up to 50 wallets, I mean, Trust Wallet, you have to just delete wallets once you get to 10. And we ran a survey, and I think about 35% of people who replied to our survey had more than 10 wallets, which instantly means that 35% of people aren't satisfied with the market leaders, which is really interesting for basic market research. It means that we offer something that the market leaders don't offer. Now they restrict it for 1 or 2 reasons. We have to restrict it at some degree to 50 wallets because of data and things like that. But we think it'll be worth it because what we know we can generate from the wallet. So those are 2 features that I think we haven't talked about yet that are really, really important, and a major benefit over other wallets.
We're almost getting close here to an hour and 20 minutes. Mystical? I'm so bad with names, but you know me. Mykal, are you there?
Yeah, it's Michael.
Michael, I just
real quick. Did you already sell your Tesla, or are you going to give it away?
I'm not going to be selling my Tesla. That's not the one we're giving away. We'll be giving away a Model 3. We wouldn't give away a Model S. We're not that generous. No.
Where are we with that whole giveaway deal?
Well, we have to relaunch the new version of Lunar Sky and do a little bit of promotion to sell some more NFTs first. So we've communicated this quite a few times. Obviously, the idea behind the promotion is to maximize buyback and burn. So when we launch V2, which will ultimately just become Lunar Sky, we will promote heavily again the NFT collection and the competition, see if we can sell some more, and then at some point we will have a fixed end date. We have Loot Crate airdrops to give all the holders, obviously, and then we'll do the draw for the Tesla or the $50,000. But obviously we've never properly marketed Lunar Sky yet, so we haven't been able to fully market that competition. So once we're actually able to proudly market Lunar Sky, we have a lot more potential to raise more funds for buyback and burn, which will ultimately benefit holders. So that's the longer term plan. So let's get Lunar Sky launched, and then I think probably 3 or 4 weeks maximum, and then we'll do the draw for Tesla, do the first airdrop for Loot Crate, and then there'll be another airdrop 3 months later for Loot Crate as well.
Yeah, opportunities to still get in on the giveaway drawing are still live. So everything is live until we say otherwise. So you can still get a Evergrow Man NFT, which is your ticket into the giveaway for a Tesla or 50,000 BUSD. So yeah, everything is still live.
Yeah, for people that tweet out stuff that like we forgot or this or that, it's not going to happen. We have a management team here. We're all responsible for that, not just Sam. I think I'll put my name behind it. Cody will put his name behind it. Frank, that it's not going to happen. So we just want to maximize what we have coming up, and with Lunar Sky being released very excited. I mean, even we really want it out to you guys. This will be a huge community thing. I mean, besides the wallet, obviously. So, any other people up here? Nicola, did you want to say anything?
Hey guys, hello everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Good to hear from
Hey,
you.
man. Good to hear from you.
Thank you guys. Yeah, I'm getting better, and but I'm already 100% into everything that is happening around Evergrow here, and I'm active as always. So I will be going out from the hospital in a couple of days, hopefully, and we move on. Everything else is okay. And our wallet is beautiful. Luna Sky is also beautiful, and we are going to touch some heights, guys. Don't ever, don't ever, suspect that.
I'd like to thank you. No one really knows this, that, I didn't, we didn't know if we wanted it out there or not, but Nicola's been, going through something the past, month or something. And, we're totally supportive of him. And he's been working from his hospital bed, which we've asked him not to take time off and heal and get better. And he's not going to lose his spot or do anything like that. Still getting paid and everything. So, but he still won't stop working from his hospital bed.
Yeah, Nicola is a massive member of the family. Let's get some hearts for Nicola, and you get better, man. You come back when you're ready, but we really appreciate everything.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm ready. I cannot sit just and watch. I need to be part of everything, and I'd like to be part of everything. And Evergrow changed so much about my life, and I'm going to put as much effort I can to provide only the best quality for us and our team. And thank you, guys, one more time.
Thank you, man.
Thanks. I'm gonna take one more question, or I'll take two more questions because it just popped up, and then we're gonna end this. So, George, go first.
Hey guys, we've all seen the frustration over the last while with the wrong prices showing in different wallets, not just for ETC and Lucro. I think even in Trust Wallet, Lucro still shows a different price than it does in PancakeSwap. Do you want to just talk about how you guys are going about addressing that?
Yes, it's always been a challenge. Is where you draw the pricing from. It's something we've worked with the devs, and we effectively said, look, we need those prices drawn from direct from PancakeSwap, Uniswap, etc. So that's effectively the plan, because the problem you have with other wallets is they generally, am I right that they draw their prices from, is it CoinMarketCap?
Wherever they draw their API from, so they can get it from CoinMarketCap.
Yeah, which is an aggregated. So CoinMarketCap's prices are aggregated. They're based on centralized exchanges. So within the contract with our devs was that they would draw the price from the DEX, not from the CEX. So yeah, it was one of our main things was to fix these issues that, in all honesty, the market leaders don't seem to care about, and that's where I think we can eat into some of their market share just by showing that we really care about making that difference to holders. And again, it's like if there's a new project or a project that hasn't paid thousands of dollars, we want that project to have a logo. We want that project to have the right price, to be listed in there, so you don't have to import the contract. All of these barriers to entry, buying, selling, finding your token. We want to work really hard to ultimately have all of these tokens in that wallet. It won't necessarily happen to start because we're talking about thousands and thousands, but we're going to have people assigned to this full time. We're going to have outreach with projects, and the aim is to be the number one wallet for users, for communities, and to hopefully be able to do away with centralized exchanges, which is something I've been saying for a very, very long time. And it was really Wallet that made me realize, Atlas Wallet, that made me realize that we could actually finally fulfill that ambition. And you remember all the issues we had in the early days. I went back and forth with exchanges for 4 or 5 months trying to get them to do what was required to solve tokenomics. And this is why I basically came out probably about, 8 or 9 months ago, and I said to the world, look, guys, the exchanges are not going to solve tokenomics. You got to get used to it. I know other projects were promising that they would, but I came out a long time before and said it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Tokenomics are not going to be solved by centralized exchanges. We need something else to solve that problem. For me, an app where you can buy, sell, on-ramp, off-ramp, send to your bank, pay on your credit card, that's decentralized is the answer to this problem, because that's the only way to get true tokenomics. Any kind of compromised tokenomics is just bad. It doesn't help holders. It's unfair. And I realized after trying to negotiate with exchanges, and obviously disappointing a lot of people because we were sort of made promises that, again, weren't kept by the exchanges, I realized that they just weren't going to solve the problem, because for them to solve the problem would require either a lot of human effort, or it would require them to rebuild their platforms to allow for tokenomics. So I thought, there came a point where I was like, well, let's accept that the CEXs aren't going to evolve. So why don't we just take them out of business instead by creating stuff that will? And I truly believe that over the next year, with Atlas Wallet, and obviously with other products out there, the prices are going to start reducing as well. So I think people are going to be able to on and off ramp for very, very low fees. Ultimately, I think exchanges are going to lose their market share, and I think simple decentralized applications, which is where crypto should be and should always have been, are going to be the answer. I really believe that. The whole point of crypto is decentralization. It's more secure. You're not going to have things like FTX happen. Remember, this is a decentralized wallet. You hold your seed phrase, they're your tokens. You can import, from any other wallet. You can move over to Atlas Wallet without paying taxes, without having to worry anything. It's just a simple process, and then you can start using all the features. So, even if someone's just frustrated that they can't do the things they want to do with Trust Wallet or MetaMask, they can simply wholesale move their wallet into Atlas Wallet without any taxation. Then suddenly they've got access to banking, to debit cards, to all of these things. And that's how we're going to win customers.
Yeah, I wanted to say one last thing before we head off here is I saw a question. But one thing, yes, obviously don't transfer your Evergrow or Luca or any other token that is taxed into another wallet. Take the seed phrase from your wallet and you can import it into Atlas Wallet, and then everything will pop up. Or you just, you can import the token that's not there. Obviously, Evergrow Luca will already be there. So all you do is import your seed phrase like you have in another wallet into that. Do not transfer your Evergrow, Luca, or any other token that's taxed into it. Import your seed phrase and you're safe and you're good to go. I did see another question here. I just wanted to answer. It will be a feature. So Sam, maybe you want to talk about this or not, but we will have a feature inside the wallet where, like, in all your transactions, let's say you have 100 transactions, you'll be able to filter your transactions. There'll be a sort function in the transaction. So you'll be able to sort, your BUSD transactions or this transaction or that transaction. There'll be a sort. And there'll also be an address book where you could, put people's addresses in. Like I said, I want to put Cody's address in if I send him money, so I can just, type his name in instead of copy and pasting address after address after address over and over again. We'll have that in there. So just answer that question. Yes, we'll have those in there. Sam, anything else?
No, I think we've covered it. I think it's been a positive day. I think the price has done pretty good today as well. I think that'll, continue to spread positive vibes as we get towards launch. Obviously, we'll keep you guys updated. Any other partnerships that get signed in time for launch, we'll let you guys know about that. But yeah, like I said, we're not going to let anything delay the launch. So although you haven't got the launch date yet, it is fixed in stone from our side. And if there's any other partnerships or features that would delay the launch, we would actually just do them via a normal, App Store update. So there's no downtime, there's no V2s and nothing like that. Once the wallet goes live, it's live. It's going to be generating revenue from the very first day. Again, I'll emphasize that revenue is distributed to us once a month. So obviously it'll take a little while to build, but I don't think too long. So we should be able to start doing some buyback and burn from that revenue, very shortly after launch, maybe 4 to 5 weeks after launch, we should see our first buyback and burn. So that the big plan will be, let's get the Atlas Wallet Twitter account up to 10,000 followers as soon as possible. So any help you can give us, 1,300 on the first few hours is amazing. So brilliant start. Anything you can do to help encourage more followers would be fantastic, because that's part of our marketing, is to get that Atlas Wallet account up 10,000 followers, get it lots of good kudos going around. It trended briefly today. We'll keep trying, so we're going to keep posting. So anything you can do to share the the @Atlas Wallet and the hashtag Atlas Wallet. Please keep doing that over the next few days. It's really going to help us. And again, thank you for your patience. I hope you can see that we're really going to start delivering now to the quality that you guys deserve. Everything we bring out now is going to be to this quality. Today was the first time we did anything flawlessly, to be honest. But this is the standard from now on. This is what we want to do for you every single time we do anything. So yeah, from me, thanks so much, guys. And let's move on to the next 2 milestones, which will be to get Lunar Sky and Atlas Wallet live and build up some revenue for buyback and burn.
Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Sam, Cody, Frank, Nicola, all the speakers, Evergrow family. So let's get, like Sam said, this is very important to get the Twitter account for Atlas up. So share as much as you can. It'll be big to us for their marketing plans going forward. We thank you all for your time, your day, listening to questions. We'll still be here for questions if you want to write any of us. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you next time, guys. See you later.
Yeah, take care.
Hey, what's up, Lobotomy? It would be nice if it could help you do your crypto taxes. That'd be an interesting feature to build into that. It's actually not that hard. If you get like a tax group, all you need is a certain form from the exchange that you're off-ramping from, and that will have all the information they need. They just need to know how long you held the crypto. If it's short-term, then it doesn't even really matter. It's just, hey, it's short-term capital gains, and then you'll figure out how much you owe. So it's actually not that bad unless you're maybe potentially going through a bunch of different sexes to get off of the decentralized part of the blockchain. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this live AMA. It's nice when projects do this because it just kind of keeps you up to date on what's going on. You know what I mean? It's like being on a plane with the window shut and you're not sure where you're going, but when the pilots get on the intercom and start telling you what's going on and where we're headed and why there's turbulence and all that stuff, gives you a better idea of where and how the plane is going. So yeah, really appreciate you guys hanging out in the chat. And if any major events like Lunar Sky, I think that should be coming soon. I'm pretty excited about that one. Happen, then I will definitely try to live stream that one as well. That'll be exciting. And I think that if Evergrow does succeed, we're in potentially some of the cheapest times for Evergrow. I mean, the price could keep going down. I don't know. I kind of hope it does because I want to buy more. I was kind of hoping it would gain another 0 so I could buy more, but I know that would probably piss Sam off if he heard me say that. But because the price at a certain point, it's just going to be a real good price, right? But you might find a point where it's just the whales are going to sell here and people are going to buy here and it won't go above this and it won't go below that. You might find a nice floor. But yeah, definitely nice seeing everybody who watched this, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. I've got to go work on other content right now, but you guys have a great day.